Howdy folks, welcome to Code Over the West Survival.
Well folks, let's talk about a Bohler. It's a Bohler company from Austria, and it's so far it's the only company in the world that has a third generation powder steel. Powder steel, it's how to explain that? It's let's say you have regular steel where carbides form like a little frame, and all those particles, they stick to it, which in powder steel everything is so fine, all those particles are so fine, they just stick together. Basically they bake together. So powder steel in theory has a better quality because it's a more pure and more stable. Böhler is one of the biggest companies in Europe, and I would say probably in the world as well, one of the bigger ones, that controls knife industry because their steels are excellent and very desirable. For example, let's look at their K110. It's a very similar to D2. It's not the same, it's a similar. And D2, it's a tool steel. D2 and K110, they are excellent steels used in a lot of tool industries, tool manufacturing, knife industry. However, under extreme pressure, it can chip. So if you're gonna look at that very high carbide, it's a very high percentage of carbide. So this is a reason why that steel chips. So steel doesn't have that plasticity as desirable in knife industry due to this high carbide. Bohler developed better steels that have a better quality than D2 or K110. Despite its imperfection, D2 and K110 remains the most popular steels in the knife industry around the world. So to improve tool steel, Böhler came out with a steel K340, which is very similar to Sleipner. It's not the same. Just look at the components, alright? It's a little bit different. It's very similar, but it's not the same. However, K340 and Sleipner, both of them, have excellent capabilities, much better than D2 or K110. Top K340 steel user in knife industry is Kislyar Supreme because they're making a lot of knives from the steel. Also, Bohler is making M390. I would say it's one of the most desirable steels in the knife industry all over the world. I mean, a lot of countries making knives from M390. However, Bohler came out with much better steel, M398. At the time of this recording, there is no M398 available yet. There were a few bars made, but they're already sold. Okay, let's look at the difference between M390 and M398. As you see, it's a little bit higher percentage of all components, almost all of them. It's a little bit higher. So in theory, M398 will be much better performer than M390. Bohler is making, and I'm sure they made already, it was bars, but they already were sold, and sheath for knife making industry should be produced sometime at the end of this year, but it's still unclear who gonna get it. So most likely their best customer is gonna get M398. So for us regular knife users, it means we'll have to wait. Ironically, most likely, of course, first gonna be European companies that gonna get M398. Hopefully they won't spend too much time on thinking. They're gonna start producing some knives. Also, Böhler is producing N690, which in my humble opinion is one of the most stable steels for knife making. N690 along with CPM 35VN. Those two, in my experience, are one of the best knives, one of the best blades, holds the edge, excellent corrosion resistance. The truth is you need to have some tools to sharpen these knives, but overall its performance, I mean, you cannot beat that. And if you're gonna look at the component chart, you see some differences there. So those two are different blades, different kind of blades, but performance is very similar, and I just have very, very good experience with N690 or 35VN. N690, it's an Austrian company, and 35VN, it's an American company. Here we're gonna name a few companies that are using N690 and M390 the most. Their knives are excellent, they're always sharp, affordable, great quality, just great knives. And I believe you always can find these knives online, so it's not a problem to find them. So yeah, of course, when it comes to, people like different kind of blades, different kind of handles, so, but again, you can find what you want on the internet or knife shows. Thank you for watching.